The last thing we want to do for use case 1 is to remove the containers and the images we created. So let's go take a look at it. Now let's get started in understanding how to remove images and containers. Go to the last section of this script's text and you'll see there are 4 commands. The first one signifies how to remove a specific container based on a container ID. The next one is to remove all containers. And then the subsequent one is to remove an image by image ID and then remove all images. Now I want to show you 3 things here. The first constraint here when you're trying to remove an image or a container, for example, is let's say Docker images. Let's say I try to remove this image. It says I cannot remove this image because it is being used by a running container. So let's see. I have one running container starting with 1B338 F120C7F, and that's what is being stated here. I cannot remove this image at all. Now let's say I try to remove this image here. Now note that Docker RMI is for removing an image, RM is for removing a container. It says this has independent child images. So what you can see from here is this my HTTPD image was in turn created from the HTTPD image which was downloaded from the DockerHub. So somebody from the Apache Foundation created this image, checked it into DockerHub, and then now we're trying to delete this image and it says you can't delete it because we've written an image on top of an existing image as a part of this use case. So something to keep in mind. So let's go to containers right now and try to stop and remove containers. So let's say I remove the first container. It's going to say no such, sorry, I used the wrong command. Just note that this is an RM. So it says you cannot remove a running container. Stop the container before attempting to do so. This is a very important constraint. So you will need to stop a container to remove a container. So let's go ahead and stop it. Well, we already have a stopped container. So I'm just going to remove this container here. As you can see, I'm just adding RM instead of RMI. Boom, just got removed. So as you can see, that container is gone. So let's say we want to stop all containers. I'm just going to do Docker stop. I can either do Docker stop and then do this, or I can also use this command. Instead of saying RM, I could just do stop here, and then it will remove all containers. So just be aware of it. You don't need to use it. Removing has to be done with caution. So I've removed all the containers. So I have 2 options right now. I can either remove all images or I can remove image by image ID. So I'm going to try out all images now that we know that by image ID you can always remove. So it's unable to delete. Image is being used by stopped container. Let's see what's going on here. So we stopped the container, we did not remove the container. So I'm just going to do this magic command here. I'm just going to remove all containers. As you can see, it's removed all containers. So we should be good to go ahead and remove all images. So this is the command to remove all images. As you can see, it's removed all the images. And just to give you a clear picture, as you see, we don't have any images or any containers. This concludes this lecture series of use case 1. I hope you had a good time. I look forward to seeing you in the next lecture. Until then, bye.